Eggs have long been considered a go-to protein for strength, and for good reason. In a 2021 study from the Journal of Nutrition and Aging, adults over 60 who ate 2 eggs a day saw a 12% improvement in leg strength after 3 months. But here's the part. Almost no one talks about that same study found that older adults who switched to just a few different proteins saw over 30% improvement in leg strength alone, nearly triple the gain. These weren't rare or expensive foods. They were simple proteins the body uses more efficiently after 60. Some protect leg muscles from shrinking overnight. Others help you rebuild faster after everyday movement like walking or standing. And one seems to help your legs generate more push in each step. Most people over 60 have no idea these proteins exist or how to make them part of a routine. In this video, we'll show you 3 specific proteins that outperform eggs when it comes to one thing only: stronger legs. Before we begin, drop your age and your most used protein in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Now, let's dive into details. Protein number 1. Grilled chicken breast, the overnight muscle builder. Your legs crave. Grilled chicken breast remains one of the most efficient muscle-building proteins available to older adults, especially those seeking to maintain or regain leg strength after age 60. It starts with leucine, the amino acid that plays a vital role in activating the body's muscle-building machinery. As we age, our cells become less sensitive to normal protein intake, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. In this state, the usual amount of protein from meals no longer triggers muscle growth as effectively as it once did. Leucine addresses this by activating mTOR, a critical cellular switch. Once mTOR is engaged, muscle protein synthesis begins. Chicken breast contains approximately 25 grams of leucine per 100 grams, enough to exceed the threshold needed to stimulate new muscle fiber construction in one serving. This helps reverse the quiet loss of strength in the thighs and calves that so often goes unnoticed until mobility starts to decline. Just as important is the fact that chicken breast provides a complete spectrum of essential amino acids. These amino acids form the foundation for structural proteins like actin and myosin fibers that directly control leg movement, balance, and endurance. Without these components, the body cannot maintain or rebuild muscle tissue properly. And because amino acids are not stored in the body like carbohydrates or fat, every meal needs to count. Chicken breast provides all 9 essential amino acids in optimal ratios, offering both the signal via leucine and the raw materials via complete protein for muscle recovery and growth. Consuming at least 120 grams of chicken breast after light physical activity ensures that the leg muscles get what they need, both to rebuild and to stay strong over time. While the protein in chicken breast is powerful on its own, pairing it with the right nutrients can significantly enhance its impact, especially in older adults. One key nutrient that works synergistically with chicken is vitamin D3. Although chicken breast is high in leucine and complete protein, it contains no vitamin D3. This vitamin, often overlooked, plays a critical role in muscle health. It increases muscle cell sensitivity to leucine and helps activate the mTOR pathway more efficiently. In essence, vitamin D3 enhances the body's ability to hear leucine's signal. Without enough vitamin D3, even a leucine-rich meal may not trigger full muscle synthesis. This is particularly relevant for people over 60 whose natural vitamin D production from sunlight is reduced, and whose muscles have become more resistant to growth signals. Adding vitamin D3 to the equation transforms chicken breast from a good protein source into a complete muscle-building tool for stronger legs. For those looking to increase their vitamin D3 intake through diet, several options pair well with chicken. Wild-caught salmon, sardines, and egg yolks are all rich in vitamin D3 and can be incorporated easily into meals. Even more convenient are fortified foods like milk, plant-based beverages, or orange juice enriched with vitamin D3. A practical and flavorful way to combine these elements is by preparing broths or soups that include chicken breast alongside vitamin D3-rich ingredients. One easy option is a chicken and salmon broth. Start with 100 grams of skinless chicken breast and 50 grams of canned wild salmon. Simmer them together in water with slices of ginger, garlic, and a touch of turmeric. Add soft vegetables like zucchini or chopped spinach. The broth becomes a warm, protein-packed meal that delivers both leucine and natural vitamin D3. The combination of poultry and fatty fish not only enhances nutrient density, but also offers a comforting and easy-to-digest meal, especially suitable for older adults with lower appetites or chewing difficulty. Another enjoyable recipe is a chicken and egg drop soup with fortified soy milk. Poach shredded chicken breast in a broth made from fortified unsweetened soy milk. Look for labels with added vitamin D3 and calcium. Just before serving, drizzle in 2 beaten eggs and let them cook gently in the hot soup. Season with a pinch of white pepper and chopped scallions. This creamy, savory soup offers complete protein from 3 sources: chicken, eggs, and soy, plus a healthy dose of vitamin D3 from the fortified base. The texture is soft and easy to swallow, and the taste is rich without being heavy. Both of these options provide a practical, low-effort way to deliver meaningful nutrients that support leg strength. They combine warm, familiar flavors with high-performance ingredients designed not only to nourish, but also to restore. For best results, chicken-based meals like these should be consumed at least once per day, especially following a period of movement such as walking, gardening, or light household work. Consistency is key. The body responds best to daily signals, both from food and motion. To complete the support system, seniors should consider taking a vitamin D3 supplement of $1,000 to $2,000 IU per day if dietary intake and sun exposure are insufficient. The supplement works best when taken with a fat-containing meal, as vitamin D3 is fat-soluble and requires dietary fat for optimal absorption. In summary, chicken breast is a powerful base, but pairing it with vitamin D3 makes it even more effective. When the signal leucine, the raw material complete protein, and the amplifier vitamin D3 all work together, the result is a more responsive, more resilient muscle system. For older adults, that means fewer stumbles, stronger steps, and greater independence. A simple piece of grilled chicken, paired with the right timing, the right additions, and the right support can help restore the kind of leg strength that lets you keep going, on your terms. While grilled chicken fuels strength overnight, the next protein supports your legs even during sleep. Protein number 2, low-fat cottage cheese. Silent support for nighttime leg recovery. Low-fat cottage cheese may not grab your attention the way flashy superfoods do, but for older adults seeking stronger legs, it quietly delivers exactly what the body needs. Its first key advantage comes from the type of protein it contains: casein. Unlike fast-absorbing proteins, casein digests slowly and steadily, releasing amino acids into the bloodstream over 6 to 8 hours. This makes it uniquely valuable for overnight muscle support. After age 60, muscle loss doesn't just happen when you're active, it happens in silence, especially while you sleep. That's when the body enters a catabolic state, breaking down tissue to compensate for a lack of incoming nutrients. If your last meal didn't provide enough long-lasting protein, your body may begin pulling from your own muscle, often from the legs, where age-related decline hits hardest. Casein changes that. When you eat low-fat cottage cheese in the evening, its slow-digesting protein continues feeding your leg muscles long after you've gone to bed. It gives your body the tools it needs to protect and rebuild tissue through the night, so you can wake up with more strength and less stiffness in your thighs and calves. The second mechanism is equally important: glutamine. While casein feeds your legs through the night, glutamine protects them from breakdown. This amino acid acts like a buffer, a defense line between your muscle and the natural stresses of aging. When you're recovering from illness, eating less than usual, or even skipping a meal or two, your body needs extra fuel. If it doesn't find it in food, it often turns to muscle. And the first place it takes from the large, heavily used muscles in your lower body. Glutamine helps prevent that by maintaining nitrogen balance and stabilizing muscle metabolism. It reduces the risk of your body cannibalizing your legs during minor setbacks and ensures that when you bounce back, your muscles are still there to carry you forward. For older adults who can't afford to lose even a little leg strength, that's a silent but vital advantage. Still, there's a gap that cottage cheese can't fill on its own. While it provides protein and protection, it lacks one critical compound that helps translate nutrition into power: creatine monohydrate. Creatine is naturally stored in your muscle tissue. It helps produce quick energy for high-effort movements like pushing off with your foot, rising from a chair, or regaining balance if you slip. As you age, your natural creatine stores drop, making these quick responses feel slower, shakier, or weaker. That's where supplementation comes in. When you take creatine, typically 3 to 5 grams daily, it gets absorbed into your muscle cells and starts refilling those energy reserves. Over the course of 1 to 2 weeks, your body becomes better at generating power for fast, short bursts of movement. Combined with the steady protein support from cottage cheese, creatine turns your nutrition into usable strength, making your legs not just more nourished, but more capable. You don't always need to rely on powders or pills to get your creatine. There are natural food sources that fit seamlessly into a senior's diet, and they pair surprisingly well with cottage cheese. Beef liver, for example, is one of the highest natural sources of creatine, and small portions of it can be incorporated into savory spreads or pâtés. Wild-caught salmon, especially when cooked gently, provides both creatine and anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Even pork loin, when trimmed and prepared lean, adds a modest amount of creatine in a form that complements the softness and protein content of cottage cheese. These combinations can be brought to life in meals that are easy to prepare and enjoyable to eat. One classic and satisfying option is a cottage cheese and salmon toast. Start with a slice of whole grain bread, lightly toasted. Spread a layer of low-fat cottage cheese. Then top with flaked wild salmon, a sprinkle of fresh dill, and a touch of lemon zest. This dish delivers complete protein, healthy fats, and creatine all in one bite, and feels familiar enough to belong on any American breakfast or brunch table. Another comforting option is a savory cottage cheese bowl with sautéed pork and mushrooms. Cook thin slices of lean pork, loin with olive oil, and garlic until lightly golden. Then mix with sautéed mushrooms, spinach, and a pinch of black pepper. Spoon this warm topping over a bowl of chilled cottage cheese. The contrast in temperature and texture makes the meal interesting, while the ingredients combine to offer protein, creatine, iron, and glutamine, all focused on keeping your legs strong. These meals aren't just nutrient-dense, they're functional. They reflect what seniors actually eat and enjoy. They don't require expensive ingredients, advanced cooking skills, or complicated prep. More importantly, they create structure. When you consistently pair protein-rich foods like cottage cheese with a reliable source of creatine, your body starts to learn what to expect. Just like brushing your teeth at night signals that it's time to wind down, your evening meal becomes a signal for muscle maintenance and protection. Over time, that pattern becomes powerful. It doesn't just prevent decline, it allows for slow, meaningful strength gains in the legs. Low-fat cottage cheese also has the benefit of being inexpensive, widely available, and gentle on digestion. For people who struggle to chew tougher meats, It's soft and easy to eat. For those on fixed incomes, it's budget-friendly. For those who live alone, it requires no cooking at all. These are not minor conveniences. They're the reasons this food gets eaten consistently. And consistency is what makes all the difference when it comes to leg strength in later life. Add creatine to the mix, whether through a scoop in water or smart meal pairing, and you build a foundation that supports every step you take. Cottage cheese gives you the fuel and the defense. Creatine gives you the push. Together, they form a team that works behind the scenes, quietly supporting the muscles that carry your weight, your balance, and your independence. It doesn't take much, just the right habit, built the right way, with foods that fit your life. And sometimes, strength isn't about lifting more or running faster. Sometimes, it's about standing taller, stepping with confidence, getting up without hesitation. Cottage cheese and creatine won't change everything overnight, but over weeks and months. They can help give your legs what they need to keep going strong. Now that your muscles are protected at night, let's add a protein that repairs and protects together. Protein number 3: baked salmon. Anti-inflammatory power for thigh and calf strength. Baked salmon isn't just a flavorful, heart-healthy fish. It's also one of the most effective proteins for rebuilding leg strength after 60. Its first major advantage comes from its exceptional amino acid profile. Each fillet delivers all 9 essential amino acids in high concentration, giving your body exactly what it needs to build and repair muscle tissue. This matters more than ever with age, because muscle loss in the legs becomes more aggressive and easier to trigger. Tasks like standing from a chair, climbing steps, or walking across the room all rely on large muscle groups in the thighs and calves. Salmon offers these muscles a complete, highly digestible package of building blocks to stay strong and functional. What sets it apart is its bioavailability. Your body absorbs the amino acids from salmon quickly and efficiently, without the digestive strain that often comes with red meat or tougher proteins. This makes it perfect for older adults who need nourishment that doesn't weigh them down, but still delivers muscle rebuilding power where it's needed most. In addition to its complete protein profile, salmon's second powerful mechanism lies in its rich supply of omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA. These compounds do more than support the heart or reduce inflammation. They play a direct role in preserving muscle mass, particularly in the lower body. As we age, our bodies become more prone to chronic, low-grade inflammation that quietly degrades muscle tissue over time. This hidden inflammation weakens the structural fibers of the legs, making them less efficient, slower to recover, and more prone to fatigue. Omega-3s combat this process by reducing inflammatory signaling inside muscle cells. They also enhance insulin sensitivity within muscle tissue, allowing your body to shuttle nutrients more effectively into the areas that need repair. That means, when you eat a salmon fillet, not only are you supplying protein to rebuild leg muscle, you're also improving the cellular environment so those muscles can actually make use of it. This dual-action protein for structure and omega-3s for function makes salmon one of the rare foods that both feeds and preserves the lower body muscle system. Yet, even with all its strengths, there's one missing link in salmon's composition that's worth supplementing: vitamin B6. While salmon contains a modest amount of B6, the levels are often too low to fully support the enzymatic processes needed for muscle protein metabolism in older adults. B6 acts like a helper molecule, allowing your body to convert the amino acids in salmon into usable muscle tissue. It also supports glycogen breakdown in muscles, your backup fuel system, for short bursts of strength like standing up or stabilizing yourself while walking. Without enough B6, your body may absorb all the nutrients from salmon, but still struggle to transform them into real muscle gains. That's why adding a small daily dose of vitamin B6, either from supplements or foods, can make a noticeable difference in how effective salmon is for restoring leg strength. Fortunately, there are plenty of senior-friendly foods that pair beautifully with baked salmon and provide that extra boost of B6. One of the best options is sweet potato, which not only enhances flavor and digestion, but also supplies a steady stream of B6 in every serving. Avocados are another excellent companion. They're soft, nutrient-rich, and add healthy fat that improves absorption of fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin D and E. Bananas, especially slightly green ones, offer mild sweetness and additional potassium, which helps reduce nighttime leg cramps and supports muscle contraction. Even a side of steamed spinach or roasted bell peppers can complete the nutrient profile of a salmon meal without overwhelming the palate. Bringing these combinations together is easier than most people think. One of the most comforting and satisfying meals you can make is a baked salmon and sweet potato mash bowl. Roast a fillet of salmon in the oven with a touch of olive oil, garlic powder, and lemon zest. While it cooks, boil a peeled sweet potato until soft. Then mash it gently with a fork, no butter needed. Just a pinch of sea salt and a splash of oat milk for creaminess. Serve the salmon on top of the mash, maybe with a sprinkle of chopped parsley or dill. It's warm, easy to chew, and visually appealing, an ideal meal for seniors who want something simple yet powerful. Another great option is a salmon and spinach omelet wrap. Use canned wild salmon or pre-cooked baked salmon. Flake it gently and mix it into a pan of sautéed spinach, red bell peppers, and 2 beaten eggs. Cook into a soft omelet and wrap it in a whole wheat tortilla or serve open-faced. This dish delivers protein, omega-3s, B6 from the vegetables, and the familiar comfort of a breakfast classic. It's also flexible, easy to adapt to taste and energy level, which encourages regular use. Baked salmon, like cottage cheese and chicken, fits well into daily rhythms. It doesn't need to be fancy or complicated. It just needs to be consistent. A portion of 100-120 grams 2 to 3 times per week provides a strong nutritional foundation for muscle growth in the legs. Combined with light physical activity, such as walking, stair climbing, or leg-focused stretches, it becomes part of a lifestyle that feeds, supports, and strengthens the very muscles that keep you steady and independent. The advantage of salmon is that it speaks multiple nutritional languages. It brings the protein to rebuild, the omega-3s to protect, and the flavor to keep you coming back. Add a side of B6-rich vegetables or fruits, and you turn it into a complete system of leg support. The power here isn't in any one bite, it's in the pattern. When your muscles know that help is coming consistently, they respond. They repair faster, hold their shape longer, and resist breakdown more effectively. At this stage of life, the goal isn't to bulk up, it's to hold on, to rise from a chair without wobbling, to walk confidently down a hallway, to pick up a grandchild, tend to a garden, or get out of bed without dread. Baked salmon, with its quiet strength and reliable benefits, helps make that possible. It doesn't shout. It doesn't promise overnight change. But over time, it becomes the kind of food your legs remember. Because strength, especially after 60, is less about how fast you move and more about how firmly you stand. Final message. The proteins we once saw as optional sides, just another part of dinner or a snack before bed, are quietly becoming the foundation of leg strength after 60. A few ounces of grilled chicken, a scoop of cottage cheese, a tender slice of baked salmon. These aren't just meals. They're the builders, defenders, and protectors of the muscles that carry us forward. And the truth is, you don't need to reinvent your kitchen. Even one small shift, like adding protein to your evening, or pairing salmon with a B6-rich vegetable, can change how your legs feel in the morning. If this feels like the right time to make that change, share this video with someone whose steps matter to you, or save it as a quiet reminder for the next time you're planning your grocery list. Your legs have carried your story. They've walked through decades of work, care, and quiet endurance. Now, they deserve strength in return. That early fatigue in the morning, that slow push off the couch. It might not be age. It might just be missing fuel. And that fuel is right there. One smart choice. One protein plate. One stronger step. Starting today.